Good morning. Welcome back to the Signature Movement. It's your girl Tanya D. Floyd. I'm catching some rays from my boudoir. It's quiet. The kids just left with my daughter, and I was catching up on some of my shows. But my son called me, and he was talking about some people and their behaviors, and it just got me to thinking. Like, there's one very simple but important truth that everybody needs to accept in this life. It is that if you are not the type of person who can imagine spending hours, months, years of your life alone, or dealing with the occasional lonely feeling, or, having a total meltdown without human interaction all day, every day, and all night, and all that. If you can't be that kind of person who can be without other people for indefinite periods of time, then you need to learn how to tolerate people's bullshit. No matter how bad it might be, no matter how unfair and unjust you think people might treat you, no matter how argue and just cannot stand what the people are doing to you in your space or at work or wherever. If you cannot live alone and deal with lonely feelings when they come in phases, because they don't stay forever. If you cannot just go out into this world and have the brief interactions and come back and be alone with yourself, you got to put up with that shit. Period. It don't matter how you feel about it. Period. If you going to struggle when you alone, get your skills up. Get your communication skills up. Because I'm not saying that, just because you communicate well, that they're going to receive what you're saying or even make changes. Because, again, that word expectation, I talk to my kids about all the time. When you act like somebody should treat you a certain way, you expect them to do that. And that's something you cannot do. You cannot ask people to treat you a way that you think that they should treat you based on your relationship or based on what you've done for them or based on who you are and X, Y, and Z. Expectation, this is my lifestyle, expectation is an unfair situation because people are people. People gonna do what they do. They feel what they feel. They go where they want to go. They make the choices for them. Sometimes they don't even consider you. Most people ain't going to consider you. Can we accept that as a fact? Most people ain't going to consider you. The point is, when you start placing these expectations upon the people and saying they let you down because they didn't do a certain thing a certain way, or because they didn't hear you and receive it and make the change that you needed them to make so you could continue loving them, that's not something they have to do. Can we accept that as a fact? We can call them all kinds of bad words for not being more accommodating, but the fact is, it's their choice. So by you placing your expectations upon them, you're saying, I want you to change for me. Do they have to? No. Are they going to? Probably not. You gotta accept these as facts if you're going to interact with people in this life, and you cannot be alone. People are people. They do what they want to do. Grown-ups do what they want to do. They usually do what they feel is best for them. They usually don't consider you. I don't care who they are to you. I don't care. Self-preservation, what do you call it when you're true to yourself? All the this world is so self-centric right now. It's just crazy. But most people don't know where the line is. There's a side of the line where you're, taking care of yourself. Self-care is important. But then there's another part of that thin line on the other side where it's like you're just self-centered. And sometimes people are self-centered, but not in the way that we judge them for, saying that all they care about is themselves. Well, kind of, but not really. So self-centered means I keep myself as my primary focus. That could be a good thing if they're using it right. I keep myself as a primary focus. Well, I can make myself better every day. I make myself more attractive every day. I make myself more amenable to situations and help other people and this and that and the other. I'm always working on myself. That's a self-centered I can get with. But the whole self-centered, the world got to revolve around me thing, no. I don't deal with them people. I spend a lot of time alone. I have lonely moments and phases. I just got through a lonely phase. It's like, dang, I really ain't got nobody. I had to sit and just talk to myself like, we pretty much cut everybody out because we're not willing to tolerate these behaviors indefinitely because they not caring about me at all. You just ain't never gonna put me first. You ain't never gonna think about me. You ain't never gonna support me. For whatever your reasons are in your life, you cannot be the friend that I want or need you to be to me because somebody in your life don't like me. Really? Why would I keep you around in my inner sanctum? You can't be on my team because you a double agent. You love somebody who don't love me, which means that every piece of information I share with you, you gonna share it with them because that's your person. And y'all gonna bond over my information, but that person don't mean me no good. So I don't know who they sharing it with. I don't know what spin they putting on it. I don't even know if they sharing the whole true story about me. But there's something about me, something intimate about me that I share with somebody who's really close to me, and you gave it to somebody who don't even like me. We can't be close. No. So yeah, you gotta accept as a fact. Everybody not gonna mess with me the way I mess with them. But if you're not built for this alone life, then you're gonna have to eat a lot of shit. Don't even argue about the I did so and so and so and so, and then you turn around and did the same thing, but you mad at me, but you ain't apologize when you did it to me. You don't feel bad when you do it to me, cause you and they them. They do what's best for them. They do what they feel. They being true to themselves, but you are not, because you try and walk around on them eggshells and not piss them off by doing the thing they say they don't like. And you can't make it like, an equality thing. I don't do the thing that you don't like, and you don't do the thing that I don't like. It's never going to be that. That's how people are. Never, ever equal. Never, ever fair. Every now and then, you find somebody who can, on a more frequent basis than not, care about you and show you that they care about you and try to work with you on the behaviors and the patterns and the things that you can't get with and you don't like about them because they care about the bond they have with you. But there are some people in this world who they can still care, but they always going to be more important to them than you are. So it's your choice to accept that behavior or keep it moving. Period. Accept this as fact. It ain't always going to be a negotiation or what do you call it? Cooperation. Not that, but the other word like that. What do you do when you give somebody and they give you, what is that? A compromise. It ain't going to be that. See, I lose a word every week. But yeah, some people just are not able to get out of self-centered mode to allow somebody else's needs and stuff to come first or to even, rank as very important because they too busy protecting themselves and their own interests. That there is a psychology lesson in itself. There's a reason for it. It's probably a trigger situation where, they're dealing with past trauma that helps them to be so intensely self-centered. There's a lot of trauma going on around here. Everybody got trauma. But some people have behaviors that are still manifesting in adult life based on that past trauma that they could not process properly and they did not have, the proper tools and assistance to get through the crap. So you getting the beef because they carrying some stuff around, abandonment or, always being put last or being, the kid who don't ever get the attention. Maybe it's a middle child syndrome. It's just lots of reasons and layers of crap that we have from just living this life and dealing with the people that raised us and stuff. You don't never have to understand every single thing that's going on with somebody, but just know that their behaviors are a direct result of something that happened in their life. Can we accept that as fact? So, the person who's, treating you like every complaint you ever had don't matter because they got to keep protecting their own interests is protecting themselves from something that's happened before. They're not going to let it happen again. And you got caught in that. Sorry. So again, can we just consider it fact that if you're going to live in this life with other people, you're going to have to deal with their shit, put up with a lot of their shit, act like a lot of it just didn't even happen. Sometimes you just don't even address that thing. Just be quiet. Just go away for a minute and come back. Sometimes the argument you're having, you just having it at the wrong time. Not that you shouldn't have it at all. It's a lot to this thing, but yeah. If you are one of the people who can be alone, you can pretty much dip whenever you feel like it. No, I'm not dealing with that. But after you dipped from everybody, what do? It's just you and the walls and whatever's on TV. But you know who else you got? You got God in your life. Go ahead and talk to your best friend. Ain't never gonna let you down. Ain't never gonna put himself first. He always gonna build you up. So maybe this is an opportunity for you. If you can consider being alone an opportunity to make yourself even better and maybe find ways where you can interact with people without absorbing the offense every time they do or say something. If you could just, work on your armor. It's a trauma response too. How about that? Can we accept that as fact? It's a trauma response when you go through the one-on-one with you and the Lord and you talking about all the things that the people do and you withdrawn and all of these things. You have suffered at the hand of someone or many someones, and you taking that to God in prayer and you're going, you know what? Just help me. Cleanse me. Give me a pure heart. Whatever you're asking for. Just, it's not bad. Do that one-on-one. You got to do that every now and then. You should do it often, actually. Because that's how you stay grounded, even when people around you are doing all the things that don't make no sense. You just like, look, I'm going to be back. I got to go work on some things. Just exit the conversation, exit the relationship, go work on yourself, and then maybe even take a few classes on behavior and stuff like that. And you'll have a different respect for why people do the things they do. And then you won't take it so personally. That's the whole goal. Just to make it so that you don't get hurt every single time somebody is being them. That's toxic. Told him yesterday, you keep drinking the same poison and then it affects you internally. It affects you emotionally. If you're changing because of the thing that's bothering you outside, you've ingested the poison. Therefore, you gotta find a way not to take it in. That's the whole goal. Just don't take it in. People gonna keep doing what they do. Just don't let it affect in here. That's a whole training session. So go to, God in prayer and do that training with him. Can't nobody else help you on that level. You can go to counseling, you can go to therapy, you can get a psychiatrist and the meds and the this and that, but that's just adjusting you and your behaviors. That's adjusting how you think and how you react to things. They ain't gonna change the world. The world's still gonna be doing the same thing. So, I'm just saying, you need a lasting solution for how to deal with you and get you in a good place, and then how to respond to everybody around you. Because they all in different places doing whatever they want to do, protecting themselves and their own interests. So yeah. You want to be alone? Can you be alone? If not, gotta find a way to exist with all the nonsense that's spinning around you and not ingest it. It's tough. It's a tough choice. I understand. But what can you do? What can you live with? That's what it boils down to. What can you live with? And then you gotta choose. Ain't but two choices. That's it. Deal, no deal. Period. It sucks, but this is life.